I feel like I'm in session. But my name's Steve Fife. I'm the president and CEO of LifeVantage. And with me is Carl Alry, our chief financial officer. LifeVantage, if you haven't heard of us, we're about a $200 million revenue business. Our market cap is about $190 million right now. EBITDA around 8.5%. We're a June 30th year end, so we've already reported our annual numbers about 3 months ago. $15 million in cash and zero debt. We are the pioneers in activation. So activation, we like to say we're much different than a supplement company in that our products actually activate at a cellular level what our bodies were intended to do when they were much younger and before we were exposed to elements, maybe poor eating habits, and also maybe the lack of exercise. We are a direct selling company, so we sell through independent consultants. We operate in about 20 countries throughout the world. The U.S. is our biggest market. About 70% of our revenue is in the U.S. And we have about 50,000 independent consultants who, again, sell our products. Our products lend themselves very much to a subscription model. Most of our products are in 30-day consumption packaging. And so about 70% of our products, our revenue is on a subscription. And we'll talk a little bit more about our capital structure here towards the end of the presentation. I mentioned that we're the activation company. We activate both health and wellness through our products, as well as provide individuals a financial opportunity to sell our products. This just geographically how we're dispersed. Again, I mentioned 70% is in the U.S. We've got about 8% in Mexico and Canada, and then 20% in Asia, and a very small percent in Europe. The pie off to the right shows the industry, the footprint of the industry. And so you can tell that we're really over-indexed in the U.S., under-indexed in Europe and Asia, which for me is a very large growth opportunity. About 3 years ago, we started what we refer to as LV360, which was really a transformation initiative of the company, where we looked at all of the aspects of our business. Those pieces of the puzzle there, there's 6 of them that really represent the core functions of our business. The business had grown quite rapidly. We've been around for about 15 years. The business had grown quite rapidly, but plateaued about 10 years ago around $200 million. And we saw, 210 to 205, 232 is our highest revenue year in the company's history. But we had a challenge getting off of this 200 million plateau. And I stepped in as the CEO about 3 years ago, started with the company as the chief financial officer, and really kicked off LV360 to look at not just one aspect of our business, but it was intended to look very holistically. And we started with our product strategy. And then I'll talk a little bit about our compensation plan strategy and changes that we've made there. But when you look at this flywheel, we've touched on all elements of of our business. So first, our product strategy. I've mentioned the word activation a few times. Our little tagline or anthem is you take our products to make something in your body. Take it to make it. Our flagship product, that product in the middle, Protandim NRF2, you take that product to activate the production of antioxidants. Antioxidants combat oxidative stress. Oxidative stress has been tied to a number of immune diseases. It's a product that has over 30 peer-reviewed studies. It's patented. NIH did a study on it. It's the only nutraceutical, so natural product, that has been proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It's a phenomenal product. 15 years into it, it represents still over 50% of our revenue.
Excuse me, which product is that?
Protandem NRF2. It's this one right there.
What's the retail price?
Pardon me?
The retail price?
$59.99. And this is a little bit about that product. So you take Protandem NRF2 to make antioxidants. It produces 1,000,000 times more. It's 1,000,000 times more powerful than any other antioxidant that you can take. And here's just a few of the public research that we have on it. That same science around activation, we've built into a liquid collagen product that we launched about 2 years ago. Clinically proven to increase collagen density by 100%. So very different than going to Costco and scooping collagen powder into a drink and taking it to supplement your body's collagen. But this actually gets down at a cellular level and increases the production of your body's natural production of collagen. And then most recently, just a month ago, well, a little over a month, October 11th, we launched a GLP-1 product, 100% natural product. It's a 2-part system. That green bottle on the left-hand side, we call that MB. It stands for Mind, Body, Core. So it's 2 tablets that you take first thing in the morning. For those, I'm sure everyone has heard of GLP-1, but that hormone exists down in your lower intestines and your colon. There's cells that are called L cells that are responsible for the production of that GLP-1 hormone. And that hormone is responsible for balancing blood sugar in our bodies and is also a primary communicator between your gut and your brain. Your gut telling your brain, I'm full, I don't need any more. And similar to oxidative stress, and as you age, the production of those antioxidants become less effective. Similarly, the production of the GLP-1 hormone isn't as productive as you age. It's one of the reasons why the older you get, the more difficult it is to lose weight. And so our product, with that same science philosophy, it increases the production of GLP-1. We did first an in vitro test, then we did a 12-week human clinical study. And here's some of the results of that 12-week human clinical. It was proven to increase the production of GLP-1 by 140%. Reduction of visceral fat, which is that fat around our organs, by up to 27%, reduction of overall fat by 5%. And perhaps most telling is that all of these results in this human clinical, there was 0 muscle loss from any of the participants. A major side effect of the synthetic options out there is the loss of muscle. And so, but our product proven not to reduce any muscle. We have filed a patent on this. We launched this product at an event that we had on October 11th. We sold out our inventory that we anticipated would last about 3 months in 13 days. So the demand has been overwhelming. October was the highest booking month in the company's history. And just today, we're starting to ship again products. So we were out of stock for the entire month of November, but we're in a position now where we're shipping again. So the results and the adoption, the excitement around this product has been amazing. The weight loss market is enormous. You know, there's a lot of stats here. The GLP-1 industry is projected to be $88 billion by 2023. In the US, about 260 million people are either looking to lose weight or manage weight. And I'm really careful when I talk about this product. This is not, in my mind, a fad diet type of thing. This isn't you're on it for 30 days or 60 days, you lose your targeted weight, and then you're done and everything. We talk and position this really as a weight management system. I expect that people are going to be on this for a long time because one of the benefits, one of the reasons why people are losing weight is, again, one of the primary reasons of this GLP-1 hormone is the communication between your gut and your brain. The food noise, we talk about it, you know, that those cravings that you have at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or at 10 o'clock at night, that's when most people are eating very unhealthy foods to satisfy that craving. And that GLP-1 hormone is the hormone that's responsible for reducing that noise, reducing those cravings in your brain and really in your body. And so, you know, I would expect that when people stop taking our product, there's no reason why that food noise would not return. And so I think that this is a long-term weight management solution for people. And again, super excited about the response that we've had to it. The other element that I'll touch on just really quickly, if you reflect on that flywheel, there were 6 elements, 6 puzzle pieces. The other one that I said I wanted to talk about was the compensation plan. So this is how we pay those 50,000 independent consultants. And the plan that we had, I'd say, was a very traditional network marketing plan that was put in place 15 years ago. And again, when I stepped in as the CEO, I asked our team, has the world changed in 15 years? And has the way consumers buy product different today than it is 15 years ago, or what it was 15 years ago? And are people selling products differently today than they were 15 years ago? And obviously the answer to all of those questions is yes. And I think, you know, it accelerated through the COVID time period. And the advent, our business model was kind of the original side hustle. This model's been around for 100 years. And it was a very attractive model to people that were looking to earn a supplemental income of some sort. So the gig economy. And you know, when people hear those words, you think of, or at least I think of, Uber or Airbnb, people that have some kind of asset that they can monetize some income over by, you know, that's not a full-time job for them. And the creation of that gig economy, or the opportunities that come from that, are amazing. I personally believe that traditional 9-to-5 jobs, you know, are maybe not a thing of the past, but more and more people are looking to have either single or multiple streams of side incomes. And for us to be attractive to people that, you know, became passionate about our products, I've talked to you about 3 of them: our Protandim NRF2, our collagen, and our Mind Body product. If someone just wants to sell those products, and if you think about social sellers or affiliates or influencers, our old compensation plan would not have been an attractive alternative to those individuals. And so 3 years ago, we started the redesign of our compensation plan. And it took us about a year. And so 2 years ago, we launched in the US a compensation plan that we call Evolve, because I feel like we have to kind of constantly evolve as a business. But it is now, there's a meaningful plan that can be attractive, is attractive to individuals that want to sell our products. And so the kind of the confluence of having a plan and a very demonstrable product with our GLP-1 product coming together at this time is what is driving, the excitement in our business right now. This just shows a timeline over the last few years, and really the acceleration of what I'm talking about. And it's kind of, you probably can't read this, but it's color coded to show you, investment in a new leadership team. When I became the CEO, is in the green. The orangish color are products that we have launched over the last 3 years. In the light blue, these are different platforms or tools that we have provided for our consultants to help them build their business. And then in the dark blue or black is our capital allocation. So during this period of time, we introduced a dividend to our shareholders. We've had a share buyback program for a while, which we've continued with. So we have both a share buyback and a dividend that we offer. And one of the things that I like about this visual is you can tell just from an activity standpoint how it's accelerated over the last 3 years and how it's kind of culminating here with the launch of this new GLP-1 product. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Carl and have him talk a little bit more detailed about the financials.
Great. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I wanted to start off and just provide a quick overview of our business model from a financial perspective. We have a very highly effective business model here. Historically, we've had very high levels of gross margins. As you can see, margins have historically been at that 80% or above level, so very high levels of gross margin. And then the biggest expense that we have on the income statement is the variable commission expense. And that's what we pay out to our third-party consultants when Steve was explaining the plan that we work through. But historically, our long-term targets, we want to be in that double-digit EBITDA range. If you go back 2 or 3 years ago, we were at that 11% range. Here in June of FY24, we finished the year at about 8.5% of an EBITDA margin. And looking forward here into FY25, we believe that we can be back above that 10% adjusted EBITDA margin going forward. A couple things from a balance sheet perspective. We have a very clean and strong balance sheet. Historically, have had carried very high levels of cash. We finished the most recent quarter with just under $15 million in cash, but historically have been between $15 and $20 million of available cash balances. The company is debt-free, so we've never had any debt, and the company produces very high levels of free cash flow that we're able to reinvest into the business as we need, as well as return cash and additional value to our shareholders. We have a very clean equity structure. We don't have anything, just one class of shares outstanding. There's no warrants or anything unique on the equity side, so very clean and flexible balance sheet. And we also have a $75 million shelf registration statement out there. So in the event that we needed to raise capital to do a transaction or to do some investment in the business, we definitely, okay, then we have that flexibility as well. A little bit more on capital allocation. This is something that we spend a lot of time discussing at the board level and at the management team level of what is the right way to reinvest into our business. And we've come up with a very balanced approach from a capital allocation perspective. Number one, when we generate our free cash flow, we want to invest back in the business to where we need to develop new products like this new GLP-1 product we came up with, but also then balancing To the extent we have excess cash, we implemented a dividend program about 2 years ago. So the company's been actively paying a quarterly dividend over the last 2 years. We also paid a special dividend in September of last year. We paid a $5 million special dividend out to our shareholders as we had accumulated some excess cash. And then also, we've been very active from a share repurchase perspective. We have a $60 million share repurchase authorization. And over the last 6 years, we've repurchased over $40 million under that share repurchase authorization. So been very active on repurchasing shares and through dividends. And between those two, if you look over the last 6 years, we've returned over $50 million combined between dividend payments as well as share repurchases over the last 5 years. Another thing, just quickly on our share price, just our 1-year TSR and our 3-year TSR, you look at the share performance of LifeVantage over those time periods has significantly exceeded our peer group as well as the comparable Russell index as well. So the company has really performed very well over the last 3-year period. So overall, and finally, just I think that in summary, we feel that we're very well positioned for growth going forward. We've got a lot of momentum around this new product launch that we've just put in place. And we believe that we've got a lot of growth opportunities internationally as well. As Steve mentioned on that pie chart, when you looked at where our footprint is internationally, we have a very disproportionate growth opportunity internationally, and is something that we'll continue to focus on. Our subscription-based business model, over 70% of our recurring monthly revenue is on a subscription-based model, highly predictive and very easy for us to plan around. So a great model. And then overall, just on the compensation plan that we talked about, where we have the ability to attract these new influencers, and we really believe that we're very well positioned going forward to really grow as a company. So with that, open it up to, are there any questions? Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
where can you buy the products here in Boca Raton
Where can you buy them?
or online?
Yeah, just online, LifeVantage.com. So if you go to their website, so you can purchase products directly from LifeVantage.com. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the churn on the subscriptions?
Yeah, that's something that we haven't disclosed a lot of. I mean, we definitely have people that come in, and just like with any consumer model, so that isn't something that we have disclosed statistically, but again, it's 70% of our total model that comes through subscription-based business model. Yeah, go ahead.
Does the GLP-1 product work, and has there been any measure to tell how does it work half as well, or a third as well, or a quarter as well as like the other ones, the real prescriptions that are out there?
Yeah, I challenge you to look at some of the prescriptions out there and look at their data. I think statistically from our human clinical, those results are every bit as effective as the synthetic drugs that are out there. So yes, it works.
What about for heart health?
Heart health, I think that's the next frontier on GLP-1.
With more than 6,000 small and micro cap companies listed, if you're looking for the next Apple, then ChannelCheck truly is your tree. It's an investor community where you can access independent Wall Street research, advanced market data, balanced news, corporate videos, and podcasts. You can even register to attend in-person Meet the Management Series lunches, and to be part of the preeminent annual Small and Microcap Investor Conference, NobleCon. And here's the best news. Since ChannelCheck is sponsored by the featured companies, premium membership requires no investment. It's absolutely free. So check it out. Log in today. Find out why ChannelCheck is North America's leading source of research on the companies that just may change the world.